morning, Parish Hill. Today is Friday, March 12th, 2021. I'm Miles.
And I'm Jason.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please pause for a moment of silence. Nobody grows old by merely living a number of years. People grow old by deserting their ideals. Years may wrinkle the skin, but to give up wrinkles the soul. Douglas MacArthur.
In lieu of the annual capstone fair, we will present capstone videos that offer insight into the students' individual projects and research. This morning, we feature Savannah Shannon's video.
Savannah Shannon, and for my capstone project, I decided to do a deep dive into American wartime poetry. With this said, I spent a lot of my time analyzing poetry and finding figurative language within, or highlighting what makes this poetry unique. One thing I realized throughout reading this poetry is that there was an unparalleled ability to portray point of view. For example, I was able to read poetry from Confederates, and I was able to realize that these individuals were people too. They lost many family members to this war, and many of them didn't know what they were quite fighting for. Some of them thought they were just fighting for their rights, their states' rights. However, they didn't know that there was a larger picture of slavery. With this said, I would like to read to you one of the greatest poems to come out of the American Civil War, as this poem highlights a point of view that isn't often seen. This point of view is from the eyes of the mother of a Confederate soldier. It is entitled Enlisted Today, and it is by an unknown author. I saw in his sweet eyes and lips a faint warning, and choked down the tears when he eagerly spoke. Dear mother, you know these Northerners are crowing. They would trample the rights of the South in the dust. The boys are all fire, and they wish I were going. He stopped, but his eyes said, oh, say if I must. I smiled on the boy, though my heart it seemed breaking. My eyes filled with tears, so I turned them away, and answered him, Willie, 'tis well you are waking. Go. Act as your father would bid you today. Now this poem has a solemn tone, as we see a mother saying goodbye to her son. In the previous stanzas of this poem, it was mentioned that she already lost her husband and one son to this war, sharing with us an insight that isn't often seen. I would like to conclude by saying that poetry plays an important role in portraying the events that occurred in the past.
2, 1.
Thank you, Savannah.
Right.
That was honestly really nice. Thank you on behalf of our students and parents. We'd like to thank Ms. Zadarsky for everything she does to support our school community. This morning I was in student services. She got a little flower bouquet. It was honestly really nice and sweet.
For scheduled classroom changes, Mr. Adzimala's classes, please report to C period, Ms. Jandruski and Mr. Tracy's room, D period to Mrs. Abby's room, and G period to Ms. Shedd's room. Mrs. Connor's classes will report to advisory to Ms. Shedd's room, and G period to Mrs. Haddad in the library. Mr. Allard's F period class will go to Mr. Barron in the cafe. Now, Jason, what's going on for sports?
Well, with sports, we have the high school girls basketball team will be dismissed at 2:20 today. They will travel to New Britain to play Innovation. Good luck, Pirates. Also, middle school softball signups will take place during lunch period today. Signups for middle school baseball will take place on Monday. Also, all high school and middle school students interested in playing a spring sport are reminded that they must have a current physical on file in the nurse's office and a signed written spring sport permission form given to the nurse in order to participate. Sport permission forms can be picked up from student services or outside the athletic director's office. Also, anyone interested in doing outdoor track for this spring, go see Vaude Andrews. You honestly can't miss her. You can probably find her among the many middle school students. Go see her for more information about it. For lunch, we have hot dog on a bun with chili cheese with broccoli. And honestly, what is even food of the day? I will never figure that out. Anyways, what's going on with weather, Miles?
Weather, today's forecast, more clouds, more sun, very warm, wearing t-shirts, high 58, low 28. This weekend, it'll be a dip in temperature, but generally still nice weather, high mid-40s, lows in the high teens, low 20s. And a reminder to check out Kyle's Oscar nominations on our YouTube channel. Speaking of which...
Speaking of YouTube channel, I have to make this quick since we're almost done. Reminder to all teachers, our news can be found now as a public live stream on the YouTube channel. So you will not need to check your email. You can just go to the YouTube channel. And Eli Shea.
Yeah, now we're closing. We're close out our news with a capstone video by Eli Shea on carpentry. And a reminder that all these videos will be available on the Parish Hill YouTube channel. Nope.
My name is Eli Shea. My capstone project is on carpentry and woodworking throughout the ages. I picked this topic because it is my dream to go into this line of work. I've been doing this stuff since I was little with my father. In my paper, I discuss different cultures such as the Japanese, Romans, and Chinese. I target mostly the Japanese, so I decided to build Japanese-styled shelf. I used only hand tools to cut each individual piece and used only wedges, dowels, and joints to join each